Greetings and welcome to Dodger and Die presents The Titan's Gift, Season 3, Episode 18. I am your DM and host, Marty, joined by the full Seattle crew. How is everyone doing on this fine Tuesday evening? Let me make your mics a little toastier. I think I might have to adjust the levels again. How's everyone doing?
Pretty darn good. Glad to be
Doing
back.
Glad to be home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did some traveling, Max?
Yeah, we drove from Seattle to Northern California. Well, I should say the Bay Area. It took us about 14 and a half hours on the way down. And it took us something like that, but we did it across 2 days on the way back. We were there for a while, too. We were there for it was December, I don't know, December 3rd, 11th, all the way until the 8th.
Nice!
January. So we stayed with family for a long time. We got a lot of visiting in and stuff like that, so it was good. It was a lot of fun. So it was
Did you take the dogs with you?
Yeah. That's part of why it took so long. I mapped out every dog park along Interstate 5 so that when we left, if we had to pull over at any point, I knew exactly how far we were from letting them off leash. So it was good.
Oh, you drove down. That's crazy.
Yeah. It took us 14 and a half hours.
How many days did it take to drive down?
The first we did the way down in 1 day.
Okay.
On the way back, we split it up over 2 days. We drove up to Salem, Oregon, and then we stayed there that night. And then we did the last couple of hours the next day. But it was good. It was a good trip.
Cool.
Nice. Hey, and then you didn't have to go through any mountain passes to do it, so that's great.
Well, we have to drive up through near Mount Shasta and stuff. You get up to about 3,000, maybe 4,000 feet. I don't remember. But we planned it. We basically watched the weather. And we came back a week late because we didn't want to go while there was snow on the ground.
That's right. You guys had Snowmageddon while I was gone. I got back, January 3rd? Yeah, the 3rd. Snowmageddon.
I mean,
I missed it.
the mountain passes are still kind of closed, right? Have they?
Yeah, they are.
Opened I-90.
I think they just opened one lane in I-90, and I think it's only for freight traffic or something
Freight
like that.
traffic only. It's been closed for days and days now. It's pretty wild.
Our supply chain shortages are going to get worse.
They had no chicken at the grocery store. I was like, what? I asked the guy because I hadn't been here in a month, and I was like, has something happened? I noticed a lot of the shelves are empty. He's like, yeah, the chicken plant in Seattle. Everyone came down with COVID. We haven't had chicken in a week. I'm like, what? Okay.
Right.
Give me my chicken.
That's crazy. Yeah, we had a ton of snow up here, and where we are is we're on the terrain is not very flat where we are at all, and one of my neighbors had their parents visit, and they drive a Tesla, and they spun their Tesla out, got stuck next to the side of the road. Yeah, nasty accident. I mean, nobody got injured. The car was just a little scratched, but yeah, come on, you don't want to see a Tesla like that. And but there were cars parked at the side of the road, pretty much all over the place, which is unfortunate because that was the night that I was going to go to. Well, it was 2 nights before I was going to go to watch the Kraken play, with some tickets I got from a good friend. But in the end, we just couldn't leave the neighborhood. But we got a lot of snow sledding in. We had our private little snow sled hill at the back of our yard. There's a big trail that follows the power line, and it goes like this with the terrain as well. So, we had a good, I don't know, I guess anywhere from a quarter mile to half a mile snow sled. It was pretty good.
That's
awesome.
Classic Christmas memories there, man.
Yep.
Getting the sled.
I'm telling you, that was a lot of fun.
You don't get a lot of snow in South Africa, do you?
No. I mean, there's an area where you can go and you can get some snow and you can experience some of this, but nah, you don't get to. This is not normal. And I mean, to be honest, like all I had to do was get up, make a cup of coffee, walk out of my house, and do this. I didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah,
Like, it's right there.
yeah. It's just it's just your yard.
So that was pretty good. Like that was the best thing ever. My wife and I, we spent hours doing it. Like we were just sliding up and down. I even bust my knee from walking, from getting like I didn't fall or hurt myself or anything like that. It was just all the walking. My knees didn't want to anymore.
It's just so much fun in the snow. You got to make up for like a whole lifetime of.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? That's why you're here. That's what you only live once, right?
That's adorable, dude. That's the cutest.
I know, right?
Luke,
Awesome.
how are things going?
Things are good. I've been playing a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 over here. It's been a blast.
Anything particular about the game?
It's just a great game,
Okay. Chris Sawyer makes good games, man.
If you've ever dabbled in the Roller Coaster Tycoon, it's a real good time. Things are good though. We traveled for Christmas as well. We flew back east and hung out with my parents, and had like 3-4 flights canceled on us. 2 because of snow in Seattle, 2 because of weather in Chicago. Stayed like 5 days over. Traveled 17 hours to get home, but we made it. It was good. It was a journey though. It was fun to head back and spend time with everybody and do all the Christmas stuff. But it feels good to be home. So,
Matt?
Yeah.
yeah.
We went down to Oregon for about a week on the coast, and got to see the sea in winter, which is always kind of fun. Got back up here for the snowstorm, which wasn't too bad in down by the water, but some good waves. The wind was just ripping across the sound, though, straight at the house. We don't exactly have windows in upstairs. It's still plywood. So we figured out where all the little gaps were and stuffed them with towels and duct tape. On the coldest night, the furnace died. Bad timing on that. Got someone in the next day, though, to get it working again. And we had space heaters and, a gas fireplace insert. So it kept it, not toasty per se. This is a house that was built for Seattle.
Yeah.
Not winter. So we did fine. Cats were fine. They're covered in fur, a lot of fur. So they did all right.
Yeah, and to be clear, it was cold. Like this was a cold couple of months for
cold.
Seattle. It was really, really cold.
Got down to like 18 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Which is some number below 0 Celsius. I'm going to say
7 or 8, I think, below Celsius.
Yeah, that seems right.
They start to converge and get real similar after 0.
Yeah, it's like minus 32 or something like that where they converge. It's really cold.
Yeah.
I've already given my updates over the other game, but good to be back in Seattle. I'm hoping that the next Kraken game isn't canceled. All 3 of them that last week got canceled because of COVID.
Unleash them.
Yep. So we'll see about the next game. We're clipping along in Grimstone, which is a lot of fun. Just back to the grind.
Yeah, there's a Kraken game tomorrow night, right? Or are you talking about the home games or the away games?
The home games. The last 3 home games were canceled because of COVID. So
yeah,
the next home game's on Saturday. So we'll see.
Do we have a 1-syllable nickname yet? Like Go Cougs or Go Hawks? Have we distilled Kraken down to its purest?
Well, I don't know if we want to say Go Crack. It may be misconstrued for something else.
Go responsible inhabitants of Climate Pledge Arena.
Correct. Yeah.
Rolls off the tongue.
Why does it
I
always
mean,
have
last
to
night you would have been able to go Gru a whole bunch of times because he was playing real good.
He's
Yeah.
one of the dudes, right?
He's our goalie. Yep. Why don't we do a recap of what happened last two games since you guys arrived in Bostera? So 2 games ago was Return of the Meat Sled. The Jerks Emeritus escaped Grand Station to the Pearl of Bostera. They reunite with their allies and try to find a safe place to regroup and make their plans. Neolandus suggests consulting with the Scaran people, whose ancestors were kings and rulers of Grand Station long ago, and who may have knowledge about the Midnight Teeth, which is the artifact that you think has been fashioned into a crown that the Sovereign Queen Iliosa wears. Grand Station, give me a second. Fereosae tracks down Tech, their wayward mercenary Thrycreen, and the party attempts to retrieve him. A bloat mage agent of the Sovereign Queen Iliosa is on their trail, interrupting the party's respite via scrying spells and an offer for a pardon. And then last game was called Telecide. The Jerks Emeritus devise a scheme to deal with the scrying wizard, leading them to a strange tower of bone located outside Bostera town. You guys defeated... I think their tokens are still off on the map. Yes, you defeated a bloat mage, 4 undead morgues, an imp, similar to the one that you guys had captured, a female chain devil, and some guy named some sort of shadowy noble caster. After pilfering through their items, you realize that he was probably a cleric or some sort of divine caster who worshipped the Titan of Destruction, Keratos Mors. Did I get that right?
Yeah. Didn't we also resurrect him and kind of
Keratos Mors.
for just a little longer?
That's right. You then turned him into the undead while the paladin and Thurgus went on a walk to interrogate him more. But it didn't go quite as well because
it served its purpose. We were trying to get the command words for the House of.
That's right.
We got to shrink it.
The House of Bone acts like an instant fortress that once it is empty of all of its stuff, it can be shrunk. You have shrunk it, but you don't know the command word to make it large again.
Yeah.
Some of the things that you learned was that the bloat mage that you defeated was made out of ice and blood, and was likely not a living creature, but a spell called a simulacra or a simulacrum.
Mm-hmm.
You learned that this priest and his chain devil, he was a worshiper of the Titan god of destruction, who's got 3 heads. Keres, Moros, and Thanatos make up Kernatos Mors. Not a nice dude. What else? There was a teleportation circle that was at the top of the tower. You can't quite study that now because it's shrunk with the tower. But you did find some ruby dust amongst the possessions of the bloat mage. I did paste a bunch of the treasure, and it looks like it's all been sorted at least into different piles.
Yeah, I'm manhandling the treasure right now.
Yep.
Sorry.
Another thing, Professor, you know about the House of Bone is that the possessor of the House of Bone can summon up more of those morgue undead.
Yeah.
And I think further study or legend loring of this item may reveal further secrets.
Yes.
We sort of left off at the end of the fight as you finished up your interrogation. Thurgus and Darian got a little bit annoyed at Thurgus's logical quandaries about religion and refused to admit that
quandaries or fallacies.
yeah, exactly. Chaotic neutral meets lawful good. He's just like, nope, you're wrong, and walks away. Thurgus continues on. He turns around and Darian has turned back into a sword, and he's just sort of sticking out of the ground.
Oh, you guys upset him.
What? Wait, all of you, did you just feel that right now? It was just a moment, but I swear, weeks had gone by. Never mind, the memory again, I swear.
We all get old, some of us at different rates.
What were we saying? The sword. Oh, well, I see we don't have the paladin today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked him, into himself. He's got a lot to think on now, I suppose. So might as well pick him up. And I'll hoist him and toss him on my back again.
Where did Darian Meat go? Did you eat him?
Oh, I did not. He's kind of, cursed or something. I don't know. Sometimes he gets really testy and he just fucks off into his little sword. So maybe he's just pissed off that we did some undead stuff. Who knows?
Okay.
Yes, well, I believe our business is done out here. Shall we teleport back to the ranch and then make our plans for further ventures into the snow?
I think yes. We should have at least a night of respite from the bloat mage, and possibly a good bit longer as he waits for his lackey to take care of his business. That said, we should probably try to get our own private sanctum as soon as we can.
Yes, perhaps there's some place we could procure that. Who has teleports ready for us? I believe I have one.
I have a couple of teleports ready.
I believe we had the teleports to return to someplace and use them.
Shall
and
we?
That was the last thing that happened.
Oh, you guys returned?
I think so. I think we ended it on...
We haven't yet, but we allocated the resources for it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know where we wanted to go.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, are they not expecting us? Do they know? Did they need safe passage somewhere? They were fine to be left alone?
Yeah, what about that guy's house that we stayed at? We were worried that this mage was going to go and kill them all or something. We should let him know at least that his place is okay. Right?
Yes, they were waiting a ways outside for us to return.
Yeah, we may as well tell them. I don't know that they're okay, but... they probably have some time. Maybe lie low, keep an eye out.
All right, I think we did teleport back to the Blackbird Ranch. I'm not too certain. I will waive the teleportation rolls for now just to get things moving. So the group of you returns to the Blackbird Ranch with some new treasures upon your back and a strange idol of a necromantic artifact in your hands.
I'll put that in my pocket, when we teleport back. These guys are already a little shaky, right?
Right. You do find the allies that you've left behind kind of hiding away from the Blackbird Ranch. You guys appear inside the building, and you have to go looking for them. They were kind of along a ridge line, watching the house. They do approach for an update. Arthasoon is holding on to the Dream Lotus that is Pixel Leshy. Makarnam comes wandering back and sits on Zephyros's shoulder as per usual. Bukerbeck's got the JE wooden door. He hands that off to Zephyros.
Does he even know why we have the door?
I don't know if Bukerbeck came with you guys into Baba Yaga's hut, so I don't think so. Maybe you've told him. I don't know.
You really explain it.
Yeah.
We just kind of all just accept that this door is critical.
Oh, welcome back. Hello, Tech. Strange meat.
Tech knows about the door, right? Tech, we used the door when Tech was around.
Tech has been in Baba Yaga's hut, yes.
Yeah.
Whether Tech truly understands where he went.
Good an idea as any of us.
Yep. You can see Vencarlo is helping Salvatore, who is sat down in a shadow and is drawing in the dirt. Jasan seems to, like, by the dirty look that he gives all of you, he seems still pissed.
I'll take a step up to these two chaps and say, well, gentlemen, it seems your situation has improved significantly. We have weakened the mage that is searching for us' powers, but unfortunately he did not come here himself, so we have not had the opportunity to kill him. I do not believe that they will seek you out directly with as much haste as they will pursue us, but you should be aware that you are still wanted men by powerful evil forces of the Queen. Any questions?
He looks at you. He glances at Neolandis. You think?
Oh, I do believe she offered, well, rather the bloat mage offered some bounty for you. Details, I assure you. The point is, we will be venturing farther into Bostera shortly. I suspect we will draw the majority of this mage's ire for the time being. They may... yes?
And what am I going to do if a mage shows up here with his cronies looking for you?
Oh, well, hide. Maybe try that one first. Yes, move somewhere else, perhaps.
We should seek out allies here in the Pearl, says Neolandis.
Yes, capital idea.
I think that would be wise.
The tribe of bones of the Scarred would be my first choice. We should avoid Bostera Station at all costs. What about these Titans Valley you keep on talking about, says Jasan.
That is a likely very safe place to stay. It's a good ways out of the way. There's a sanctum of sorts that's likely shielded from scrying.
There's an old...
yes, powerful magic.
I don't like scrying. They seem to look at me. I don't like it.
I've been out there once, says Jasan. There's it's where the Fant bury their dead, isn't it?
Zephyrus looks at him
Yes.
and nods.
Well, you said that there's something safe out there. There are people that live in the valley. This is Neolandis asking the question. They're looking at Zephyrus, but they'll respond to anyone who really answers at this point.
I don't know what we should be doing, to be honest. I am cautious about running into the wrong crowd. I think we need to get out of scrying's sight. I don't know how urgently we need to do it.
Yes.
Well, nobody's scrying on us right now. And I look around.
About that, says Bukerbeck. What are we doing with this imp? And he's holding up a bag that's struggling a little bit. He gives it a whap.
Oh, right. I completely forgot.
I think we kill it, don't we?
I mean, we killed his master.
I don't think it benefits us to keep him around, do you?
Oh, certainly not. Yes, we should definitely kill him. I can do the honors. Hand him over.
Why do you get to kill
I will.
it? Says Ludo.
Can I, like, kind of lunge at it? Kind of, like, sleight of hand as fast as I can. The hand with the ring on it will attempt to grab the bag out of Bukerbeck's hand.
I mean, Bukerbeck's not putting up a fight, so you get the bag.
There's something in me. The ring wants it. The ring wants... There is an offering of a free soul that is just needs to be disposed of here. It's gonna get killed anyway, and I'm not gonna resist it. I'm gonna see if anything happens once it has it in the hand. The grandfather's old arcane bonded ring that is fused to my hand. It has eaten a few souls up to this point. It has 1 or 3 hit die of Quasit Imp stored in here at the moment. From that fountain, I believe, right?
Okay. The hand, if you let the hand go about its own business, it actually reaches into the bag and begins strangling the imp inside.
Yep, I will not resist it. I will continue on with my conversation sort of absent-mindedly though. But yes, I mean, the Valley of the Titans, it is a valid destination. What about these ancient catfolk somewhere in the far side of the desert?
How strong is the professor?
Not strong. Probably 0. Where is it? Strength -2 modifier.
So you've got a 7, an 8, or a 7 or a 6 strength. Okay.
7.
All right, you're not doing this with any subtlety, as an imp has a 10 strength, but it is a tiny creature. The way that we compare this is that its CMD is 15 and your CMB is 6. So half the time you're able to keep the strangling going.
Can the crawling claw, sensing the other hand's desperation, maybe crawl out and start helping strangle it?
Bukerbeck kind of gives a sniff. He doesn't like helping out with this, but Ludo definitely jumps in. And Ludo kind of pins the imp down, who's still mostly in the bag as the professor is choking it. Ludo's also got daggers that are like stabbing through the bag.
I will point out that Ludo has the brilliant energy dagger that I lent him.
Oh, nice.
That literally stabs through the bag.
All right, it's cutting through the bag. Huh. Oh, interesting. Can you mark down that you've got another 3 hit dice of imp?
I go over to Ludo. That's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah, the imp body seems to shrivel up, and the essence from the body goes into Henry's hand. As he's got his hand tucked around behind his back, it's really noticeable that there's something happening.
Yes, well, do we put it to a vote? Are you all heading over to the Valley of the Titans on your own? What say we all?
I can make the trip. If it's worth making, says Jasan.
You may be safe here. I don't know that they have anything to scry on you directly. They may trace us all back to here. It is a bit of a clue in the chain now. You would probably be safer there in general. It seems war is coming to all pearls. Dangerous end times I've seen. But the choice is yours.
If we don't find anything there, we'll head to the village.
Well, be careful of the 3 hags that live there as well. A bit nasty. Now I'll turn to face the other group. Where are we all off to?
I think the Tribe of Bones.
Yes. Meet with the Rakshasa, was it? Ancient kings of the plain, the Pearl. Are we all agreed? Thurgus, Zephyros, Murderbob, Buka?
I've got no objections. To be quite honest, I'm a bit lost. Not necessarily because I don't follow the intent of this great strategic endeavor, but more so that I don't know what to do with myself now that I've killed all them alchemists. And he's just kind of like...
I wouldn't worry. We'll
like
find
thinking.
more things to kill soon enough.
Thurgus, I have been waiting for this moment for some time. Knowledge, lad. Knowledge can be your second wind.
Ah, don't be silly. The Queen Iliosa was behind what the alchemist did. We must stop her.
You're right. Okay, we gotta go back.
Well, we don't want to... We need to learn more about that horrible crown before we go back.
Why? Why don't we just kill the queen?
They tried, says Vencarlo.
But I didn't try.
Yes, do you know how we know you didn't try?
Because she's not dead.
And you're still here.
Because I'm not there killing her.
The power behind that crown led to the destruction of an ancient kingdom. What makes you think that you could stand against such power?
Because my name's Thurgus.
Someone has to create the ancient powers for the legends.
Neil Landis comes up to you and goes, the Rakastan kings had more powerful warriors than you.
Oh, that's what you think.
Come now, lad.
Look, if you guys are all scared and you want to go find out about some magic hat, I'm with you. We'll go find out about it. It's fine. But I'm telling you, once all that's said and done, it's going to be Thurgus smashing her face in. You mark my words.
I think you're right, Thurgus. But we all watched some of those Remember Me replays. There's some seriously nasty stuff going on there.
Yeah, it's a pretty magic hat. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to hold up. You know, it sounds like we've got a quorum. We're going to hunt down the magic hat and then fuck off and kill the queen. I'm good on the plan.
Sephiros.
Yes.
Instead of walking all the way there, why don't you just tell them a port everyone there? And then you could tell them a port back here or to some other place, and it cuts down the time.
Sure, but it's an alternative to nothing because I wouldn't walk anywhere to begin with. But we can certainly teleport where we want to go. I can prepare many teleports. I have 3 more teleports for today. It may not be enough.
We would be in your debt, Tuska, if you could allow us to travel without leaving a trail.
Yes, I think that would be wisest.
Also, if the Tuska could go and speak to the albino that lives there.
Zephyrus looks at everybody else going, you wouldn't want me to make a deal with him, would you?
They weren't there to see your display in the Arcanacrum, so they don't know.
Just out of character for the moment, does Zephyrus know why we want to talk to the albino?
You guys are looking for I thought you guys were looking for a safe place to leave some of your companions behind. Safe meaning protected against scrying.
Got it.
You know that the albino's a wizard because he crafted your staff of fire. So maybe he's got something.
Yes, maybe Zephyros, you could make an introduction to the albino with our new friends here, so that the albino doesn't consider them to be horrible, blasphemous intruders on your most sacred holy land.
Ezri!
What's that?
Salvatore Scream almost fell over himself to get into the conversation. And
yes, she's there too. It wouldn't be bad to say hello to her, see how she's doing. She's wanted by the wizards as well for her role.
Don't go into the blue light, he yells.
Oh, could that mean the...
Oh, does that mean maybe Ezri shouldn't go into the hut?
Don't go into the blue light!
Sounds like it.
He's not really talking to anyone. He's kind of yelling at something he can't see.
Yeah, well, yes, the blue light.
Seems like sage advice to me.
It's not his blue, though, right? That blue? It's a different blue. Which blue?
He's pointing at Ezri. Or sorry, at Fereosae.
Is it your blue or the door?
Can I?
Your blue.
Zephyros, set the door down for a moment.
Zephyrus.
Don't go into the blue light!
I will silent image the blue light around the door and like open it.
See if that
from
horrifies
the other
him.
side towards Salvatore.
He looks at it, and it's not quite the same hue of blue that he uses.
Yes. No, he means the blue of the particular evil.
Where have I seen that before? Says Ludo.
Oh.
Yes,
don't know,
rare
Ludo.
indeed.
Zephyrus picks up, looks all smirky, and picks the door back up.
I'll fiddle with some memories tonight. and let you
Carlos
remember them if you wish.
saw that, and he's like scratching his scruff kind of thing. He's looking at the door. You think there might be people that may know about the key?
That would make sense. I mean, it was widely used by the
Gedrin Lamb.
Gedrin Lamb, yes,
Yes.
from the beginning.
Yep.
Those were the good old days.
Yep. Those were good.
I've seen that light before, says Vencarlo finally.
Oh.
Not-
Where? Recently?
Not on
Was
this.
it Ludo or Gedrin?
I think I saw that light on the night that my academy burned down.
The evil Ludo was there then. Because he's the one that has the key.
Evil Ludo.
Well, the hat.
It's just one Ludo.
You're
The other Ludo. How about that?
the fun Ludo.
Mirror Ludo.
Vencarlo nods to this like it makes sense. It doesn't, but you're guessing that he's going to have questions later.
Yes, well, shall we teleport away from here instead of sharing secrets in the heart of the sun?
Yes. That is, they were already packed up and ready to go.
Yeah, I just think we're going to need more than one teleport to get there. I think we're going to need 2, right?
Yeah, this is the same day you teleported to the tower and back.
Yeah, I haven't crossed any teleports out. I'm not sure if I would have used one on the way back there. I think
You might have used one, but I don't think you could have used 2.
because I
And-
haven't marked off any teleports yet today.
There
I have
would have been
marked-
a total of 2 used to get there and 2 used to get back.
All right, I marked off one of mine already, so I'm assuming that was one to get there.
Mhm.
So we need another one to get there.
Was that the same day that it was the day after we had rested?
Yeah.
Or had we not rested? Was that the same day we got tech?
I think we rested because Tech was all healed up, right?
Yep.
No?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay, so we needed to have used 4 teleports so far.
So I have 2 marked off already, so I have a third one available.
Okay.
Okay.
I have 3. Zephyrus has 3 more available as well.
How many do we
Nice.
cross off for today? 2 from Matt, 1 from Neil, 1 from the professor?
Sounds good.
It sounds like we've got enough to at least get us to the valley.
Some of you, anyways. Some teleport math. I don't know. Zephyrus, you can teleport to the valley. You've been there. And you can take 3 people.
Yep.
Fereosae's been to the valley. She can take 3, correct?
Yep.
And Professor, you've been to the valley. You could take 3. So,
Yeah, but the question is, though, how many did I use my teleport to get us home at the end of last game?
you needed 2 teleports. I don't care who teleported, but the answer is yes.
Did you only have the one, Luke?
Yeah, I only had 1 for
Okay, then yours.
Okay.
Then you don't have one. That's fine.
All right, who are you ferrying to the valley in the first wave?
All right, Zephyrus will take the first 3 takers. I think we will probably want not Vin Carlo, what's his name? Salvatore, we probably want to get out of here as soon as possible.
Okay.
And then, I don't know if there's any preference to getting Ludo, Vin Carlo, Neil Landis, or Jason.
Take somebody responsible. Neil Landis, Vin Carlo, accompany on the first wave, if you wouldn't mind. One of you at least.
All right. That looks like one group. Fereosae, who are you taking with you?
Let's see, who we got? I would like to take Tech.
Maybe your son?
Arthasoon.
What about this Yasan fellow? You are going as well, aren't you?
Well,
he nods.
Why don't you take your son and I'll take Tech? How about that?
All right. You guys are going to the Valley of the Titans, just outside the entranceway. Zephyrus, give me a percentile. Fereosae, give me a percentile.
How well do we know the place?
If I recall, you guys camped there for a good 10 days. There was a good period of time that you were there. So I'm going to say that it's not seen once. You've seen it casually. 88 or
lower. We're rolling again, baby.
88 or lower.
It's 2022 rolls. Let's see where we're going.
Let's see it.
Oh, no.
3 and 61. All right.
We're doing fine.
So this group manages to get to the Valley of the Titans, which I think we have a map for. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys don't appear very far apart. I forget what time of year it is. Is it the summer, spring, summer? Let me look at the journal. You guys visited the Magnolia House in winter. So it is still early winter, so I need to gather that up. It's overcast, and it's sort of a really dry wind. I guess winter would be wet. Okay, you actually see a few greener patches than where you left it last time. Nothing is really moving. You don't see anything overtly active. There's a couple. You disturbed a couple of gophers that went scrambling when you teleported in. Just the hollow noise of the wind whipping through the stones.
Can we do a perception check or something just to see if things look normal?
These may not be the right modifiers. Makernam. I can hear chanting inside. Fereosae can hear it as well. It sounds like a deep, raspy baritone voice. You think it might be the albino chanting inside the ossuary vault.
Excellent.
That seems like a good sign.
I think so.
Salvatore covers his ears. He doesn't seem to like the sound.
I don't see any blue light. Do you? But it's metaphorical.
He points in this, the same direction he keeps on pointing when you make reference to the blue light.
Oh, good. Let's go in. Zephyrus, would you lead us?
I will lead. And this is sacred ground, so step carefully.
Indeed.
Okay. Zephyrus leads you guys into this.
Perhaps as a precaution, we should try and make as few tracks as possible. I don't leave footprints, but maybe the rest of you want to follow in each other's footsteps, literally.
Is that a flex? You flexing on them?
He's accurate to a certain point. Teleportation magic does require you to touch the ground, so you did leave 2 big Fant footprints when you arrived. But after that, you can rise up from your overland flight.
Whew, my feet are tired.
That's funny right there.
Probably from carrying all of those weapons. I imagine Thurgus' feet are tired too. Yes. Anyway, let's go.
Yeah, but his feet are used to working.
Fair point. Fair point.
Okay. Something puts you off very quickly as you guys walk into this this V-shape, this natural formation of the rocks, kind of in a V. There are these massive statues of elephant-headed deities. When you get to the entrance to the ossuary vault itself, which is a kind of like a monolithic structure, picture like the capital letter Phi, I guess it would be. 2 pillars with a line across. Kind of a post and lintel entranceway to the ossuary vault. Coming out of almost nowhere are these 2 ethereal dogs that are on chains that begin to bark at you wildly. Everyone kind of snapped back. They came from like out of the ether. You guys can give me a spellcraft. They are barking and making a lot of noise.
34.
You've triggered 2 Mage's Faithful Hounds. And there is a snapping noise from within, and a kind of a trumpeting sound from a Fant, and then they sit down. They immediately back off, like they're very obedient, and then they phase back into the ethereal or invisible.
Good to be
Zephyrus looks
prepared.
around because he suspects that the hounds were silenced.
The albino does approach very quickly. He was just maybe inside the walls or inside the chamber.
Zephyrus steps forward and makes kind of like a friendly gesture, kind of a salute.
Yep.
I don't know how he would do it, but the equivalent of sort of bowing your head and greeting somebody respectfully.
It has been some time. He looks at all the people that are here and then looks to you for an explanation.
It has been some time, Great Master. The staff I got from you was very much needed beyond your gates. It's been a tough battle for us to right some of the wrongs in the world, but I fear we've not been able to right all of them yet. There's great danger out there.
Why have you brought these people here?
I would like to introduce you to Salvatore. He is an artist.
Huh?
He is troubled. And Zephyrus explains the peculiar situation that Salvatore finds himself in, and that he was held captive along with the others by the queen.
Okay.
Eventually, Zephyrus says to him something along the lines of, if it would be possible for you to provide safety from scrying to this party, I would be deeply grateful. But I know it asks much.
All right. You are on friendly terms with the albino. He sat and he he shifted a little bit impatiently while you were going into a deep explanation about Salvatore. You got the sense that he was busy with something. You are asking him for a favor. The DC of the diplomacy check is 12.
Zephyros also throws in there that he would be willing to pay, or, he's not expecting this for free as well.
Okay. Wizards are, I don't know, very materialistic creatures. I'll give you a +2 to your roll.
Okay, so I need to make a what roll here? I'm sorry?
A diplomacy check DC 12 for him to agree to your request.
+2 cash.
He's friendly, so the DC is only 10 plus his charisma modifier.
So I have a fantastic +3 diplomacy in total.
A fantastic?
One moment.
Oh yeah. So
One
it's +3
moment.
and you're giving me a +2 bonus because I'm willing to pay, right?
Go ahead, Matt.
I think you do not have any sort of charisma gear. And we have an Unstone that gives a +2 bonus to charisma that I've tagged for you on the treasure sheet.
Yeah, it was earmarked for Zephyros.
Why don't we put that in orbit around you?
Okay, so while he's talking and Fereosae's like, "Oh, this isn't going very well," she slips this iron stone around your head that begins to start orbiting. Mokrodom spawns a bunch of potato-like eyes and is looking at the little stone. You could tell what his next question is going to be.
Okay, so it gives me an extra +2.
Yep.
+1.
+1.
+2 to charisma, so a +1 to charisma checks.
Yep.
All right, so I'm on a +6 diplomacy. Here we go.
That's pretty good, buddy.
16.
Hey. Silver-tongued Fant over here.
They did want me to negotiate a deal.
Perhaps they can help me with a quandary.
I would suggest you keep them busy while they are here.
He was also an oracle of many gods, and he seems to. You've given him another mystery. By the rules of the desert, you may stay here.
Greatly appreciated, kind sir.
We will share of our water and of our salt and bread. He invites you in. The room is somewhat cavernous. The furniture is made out of stone and built for that of Fance. And there is the slight distinct smell of rotting death, even though there is some heady incense that is burning. You don't see Ezri right away. She doesn't come running out to meet all the people that have come in. The albino gets you guys to sit down near a very large fire pit, and he goes and collects some big basins of water, and then he puts out a basin of some really dry bread and a decanter of oil that you dip the bread into to basically give it moisture. In these desert conditions, bread can be kept for decades.
Zephyros asks him about Ezri and just says, we were also kind of hoping to see Ezri, see how she was doing.
He was about to sit down and he waves you over. I was going to... Sorry, lots of noises.
Sorry.
I was going to show you her condition after you have broken your fast.
Okay.
She is alive, at least.
Okay.
The albino's troubled.
Did something happen to her in her sleep, perhaps?
Albino raises an eyebrow. Something in her training to become an oracle.
Unfortunate.
Could she have seen something she shouldn't have seen?
Likely. Something has happened to the connection between her body and her soul.
Ah.
Almost troubling. Is Ezri all right? You know that Neolandus knows Ezri because Ezri had spent some time in the castle. She was posing as an artist, sorts.
We don't rightly know yet.
And
Let us eat. Let's not disrespect our gracious host. Let us eat. And once we have broken our fast, we can follow the instructions and take a look at Ezri.
okay. Bukerbeck says quietly to Fereosae and to Zephyros, my clerical abilities are at your disposal should they be needed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bukerbeck. And as always, appreciate it.
Master, may I ask a question about this place? Is it protected from scrying? We know that there are powerful creatures looking for powerful sorcerers, wizards, looking for Ezri, and for some of these others, and for us.
There are ancient wards here that keep thieves from seeing inside the tombs, including this chamber, but not beyond.
Excellent. We do not want to bring their gaze upon you. And so it is good for us to be within those bounds.
He waves to Zephyros and his Fereosae to come with him. He doesn't seem to want to bring everyone to go see Ezri. But he does bring you down one of the side passages, and you do see that there is a chamber with a stone slab in the center of it, and then kind of like a bed set up on top of the stone slab, and Ezri seems to be just laying with her hands clasped over her chest. She is wearing some simple garb, like a simple robe that is pulled back, and it looks like he's been drawing kind of like with some sort of paint over her fur into all sorts of runes, like some sort of spell.
Okay.
Ezri's body is very, very still. You do see some implements beside her bedchamber, including a small hand mirror. The albino lifts the hand mirror to her nose, and it takes the mirror to actually show that she is still breathing. Her breathing
She's
is
in very, very deep slumber.
Her breathing is incredibly shallow.
How did she get into this state? When did this happen?
As one tries to become an oracle, they leave themselves open to spirits, to energies, to old things. She was having great difficulty contacting her patron spirit, or one that would give her power. So she went deeper into the sleep. I warned her against this, but she said that she saw lights and wanted to go near them.
What color were these lights?
He shifts his head.
There are great dangers in the dreaming realm, and they're rising in power. If she was traversing those realms, she was surely at risk.
Yes. From what I can gather, Her spirit has uncoiled from her body. Something has happened to do this uncoiling. More like a severing. Her body is still alive, but her spirit needs help to find its way back.
How long has she been in this state? Has it been days or months?
It has been weeks.
Interesting.
She, during these sojourns into the spirit realm, would mutter things. I wrote some of them down.
We should like to see them very much.
Yeah, he gives you a scroll. There's some just kind of random sounding things. There are a few proper names.
All right.
Amongst the names are something like Kraken, Ave, and Darshan.
Yeah, that sounds right. To me, Matt. Who are these people?
There is a word that's written out that you've heard before. Hashmala ?
And we do know that Heshmala is real. She said that she came from there, and as fanciful as it sounded, I believe we came to the conclusion she was speaking of a real place. Some other pearl?
Heshmala is a sacred place to us, Fant. It is the mythical realm where our race was created, amongst others.
Yes, including hers, yes.
If it exists, it is far from here.
She claimed to be from there.
Yes, we have spoken of it many times.
Seems quite sure of it. And she does not seem to be from around here.
As for the lights, he searches around for something. I was able to contact her on one of her last sojourns into the realm of spirits, into the realm of dreams. Before her cord was cut, before her spirit went too deep.
Yes.
She said something that Darshan was the light.
Ah.
She also said there was a foul darkness, a strange blue light between or next to the light that was Darshan. I thought she was speaking of the stars. I would have asked her more about the colors if I knew if it was important.
Hard to know for sure. We've got the ramblings of of an artist out there talking about blue lights. So
I was thinking of taking her to the Scaran clan of the moon. They are known
All right.
to... They are known to follow a titan that is the Dreaming One.
That could help. We also have a dream lotus that can help us get into the dreams if it's healthy. And what else? Is she wasting away? Because we do have amulets that might be able to help sustain her. Give her a better chance of buy us some time, as it were.
I have not figured out a way to conjure her back, but I do know that the tribe of the moon, they have powers, or at least know of places that are sacred to Iambus.
Ah, excellent. Well, we have a number of teleports, so if we encounter them, we could potentially talk to them and then come back or something like that.
Yes.
You have good contacts with them?
They know who I am.
Wonderful. I don't think they know.
Do they
who I
know
am.
you by any particular name?
The albino shall suffice. And my audio cut out. Weird. Are you guys talking?
We can hear you. Just
Oh,
fine.
okay. No, just no one's
I
talking.
think it just got quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just making notes quickly.
All right.
We
Out
will
of
certainly tell
curiosity,
them.
is the professor just kind of like waiting to teleport us, or are we just like fucking around?
Oh, I don't believe I have one prepared. I can't remember.
Oh,
think I
Professor,
used it to
you
get
let them
us back
fuck
here.
off with it. It was just us. Are we stuck here today?
I thought you knew that.
Oh, that's fine. And he just starts putting all these backpacks on the ground and starts going through loot and like
Okay.
labeling stuff with like little pieces of parchment.
Jasan goes, gets a shovel, and comes back and gives it to the professor. Get rid of your filth.
What's that?
I think he wants you to bury the imp. Ludo's going to go help Thurgus. He's not interested in digging any graves.
If Thurgus isn't going to teleport, he'll get large again.
Before we get too busy with Ezri, we have some more party members we need to go pick up. How many more do we still need to pick up?
4.
We have 4 more people we need to bring.
You need 4 teleports to get them.
Zafira still has 2, so I can get us out.
I'm down to 0.
Are you down to 0?
Yeah. So you could get all but one of them?
It's probably not a good idea.
Well, wait. How many
How many are
party
still out?
members?
I don't think isn't it 3? I haven't checked.
Are
I
we-
think it's funnier if you guys
Professor
leave us.
Thurgus Just on.
Oh, I can bring 3 back.
Plus yourself. Right?
Well, there's 4.
Oh, and Ludo.
Oh, and Ludo. Hold on. Oh, but I can't cast 2 teleports.
You guys
at
are
the same
10th
time.
or 11th? You're 11th,
Never
right?
mind. Never mind.
Do you have a way of increasing your caster level by 1? You guys don't have an orange iron stone or whatever.
No.
No.
Although we're rich, so we could afford one.
Right. You're
I
rich
want to say I
until
saw a consumable that was like
Actually,
that did that.
I will set the shovel aside and start learning. I'll pull out books and stuff and just start learning animate dead from a scroll.
Okay, so you're like not digging a grave. Jasan goes, he doesn't want to spend time with you guys. He goes back into the house. Let me know if we're leaving.
Actually, Zephyros can see if he can draw a spell from his spell crux. He's made deposits into it.
Do you not have any arcane pool left to spell recall in?
I don't know the teleports aren't from my.
Oh, not from Magus.
Yeah, they're not from Magus.
Got it.
So I've got he's got 2 teleports left, but he can use these once per day, which I'm just checking. You said earlier we've rested, which means he wouldn't have.
Wait a minute. I do have one more teleport. I used the 6th level spell slot for a teleport. So you can teleport us there.
Got it.
You can teleport me there, and then both of us can teleport back.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
That will work.
Okay.
Wow, will it though? Will it work?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Let's find out. Let's see if it will work indeed.
Yeah, because Zephyros can potentially get another teleport if one is available through the spell crux.
Okay.
There may not be one available.
Yeah.
And he can also do he's once per day recall any spell from his spell book, which means he could, in theory, recall another teleport.
He
So
could get up
Zephyros
to 4,
essentially
but
has
better
3
to take
teleports
me
guaranteed,
along.
1 more. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Okay, the albino says, Tribe of the Moon. They have or know of ways to make things safer when one dream walks or walks in the spirit realm.
We should talk to them before we walk in dreams again. Then.
They are
It's very
nomadic.
dangerous.
They are nomadic. You may have to track them down in the Cinderlands.
It's a thing we could do.
I think what we will probably do, and I will have to confirm this with the party, but we will very likely go find them, seek them and find them and see how we can help before we move on.
Well, Thousand Bones may be able to help us know where they are as well.
Yeah.
The albino nods. He apparently knows who Thousand Bones is.
We helped him out once it seems like forever ago, but it was just a season or 2.
You would be wise to deal with the clan of the Bones. The tribe of the Bones is most gregarious. They are willing to deal with those outside of the Rakastan tribes. Yes. I would be wary to approach the tribe of the Sun. They are haughty and prideful. They are the descendants of the kings and queens of long ago.
This sounds good.
They once ruled over Grand Station. They once ruled over many pearls. And if the stories are to be believed, they once came from Heshmala.
They may know a bit about Ezri's predicament then as well. Interesting.
The tribe of the moon is our best chance. He goes into another adjoining chamber. He comes back, and he gives Zephyros a bone token. It's like a carved piece of bone. It's flat like a seashell. You're not too sure what it's from. Might actually be like a cut bone that has then been carved. Give this to Thousand Bones, and tell him that I am calling in a favor.
Well,
Zephyros takes it and just gracefully accepts it and puts it away in his pocket.
As for your problems with spying wizards, there is a spell that you can learn if you have progressed enough in your studies. Do you know spells of the fourth circle?
Me too.
Gosh, has the old man got a scroll? See if he
Oh,
can
is it
snatch a
or is it
scroll
fifth?
from this guy.
What
Regardless, it's a circle we know.
What about fifth circle?
Yes.
The last time I think you were barely third, so he's kind of catching up. Fifth already.
My good friend, I could do sixth circle spells.
He seems very surprised when you say that. I hope that is not a phantom boast.
It is not. It is merely a way for me to shortcut our conversation to be more efficient.
All right. He disappears to a different chamber. He comes back. There is a fant-sized book. It's really big. It has these bone, like almost like a duotang, like these bone dividers that he kind of that are piercing the pages that he pulls off, and he separates 5 pages that are written in the blocky fant language, as well as the language of magic. And he says he's going to lend you the spell from his spell book for Mage's Private Sanctum.
Real hero, this albino guy.
You may use this. I expect spells to be traded in kind.
Sure.
Nice.
I am more than willing to trade you the spells that I have in my spellbook. And since I visit the Arcanacrum regularly, if there is a spell I need to acquire, I can assist with that too.
Yes. I have seemed to have lost to rot grubs. My writing of limited wish. I would very much like a copy of that back. I assume that is beyond your ability at the moment.
It is beyond my ability at the moment.
Okay, he seems to be a little bit relieved. He finally stops, I guess, being concerned with ego, and he actually puts a hand on your shoulder. Your master chose his student well.
And his friends.
Okay, he doesn't argue with you.
All right. Are we going to go get the rest of the party?
Let's do it.
He goes and puts his spell book away. The two of you teleport back to Blackbird Ranch.
We have to roll here, right?
Yeah.
I was hoping to go, no rolls required.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
I just want to make a note of the loner spell.
Because if I don't make you guys roll, then
No, that's okay.
There's
That's
no value in the 7th level.
No, that's okay. We'll do it. All right.
So there's one roll that you need to make, Fant, Zephyros.
And it is almost turned out to be a 1D 1200. 32.
Nice. You make it back to the Blackbird Ranch. You can see.
Oh well, look who decided to show up.
You can see Jasan digging a hole. Henry's sitting out on some deck furniture in the sun, looking at spells, and Ludo and Thurgus are digging through backpacks.
All right. We've come here to do a quick collection of the final.
What took you so long?
I mean, I couldn't just show up at the guy's doorstep and not introduce everybody. I had to do some pleasantries first.
Oh, do you sip tea or something?
Yeah, I could go for some tea and biscuits.
We're both so drunk. Come on, let's teleport.
You said tea.
You should be so lucky that we can get back there.
Yeah, I'm riding with Zephyros.
All right.
Are we ready to go?
I can take
haven't
the other
finished
3.
blood rising.
Come, Professor. You know how teleports work.
Yes, all right. Let me grab my things.
Jason throws the shovel against against his house. He's grumbling to himself as he approaches.
Oh, wait. Did we not... I guess I don't have time to animate this imp again. Yasan, you were burying it, I see. A half-finished job. Zephyros, do you have perhaps...
In the middle of the sentence here, I teleport.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
And the professor, you took the professor with you, right?
I did, yes.
Okay, I have no idea what you were saying. That's
64, so it looks like it worked. Thank goodness.
Perfect. There we go.
All right, and then the rest of us needs to go as well. 24.
Nice. Which gets you all to the Valley of the Titans. It's very dry. This looks like a very ancient place, Thurgus. Some big statuary of like elephants sitting on thrones. They seem to be of different deities or something, or maybe different aspects of Bampa Dama Dumba. You go into quite literally the entrance to a mass grave, and find your companions huddling around a very large fire pit cut into the stone. All the furniture is sized for your butt or fance when they are large. The albino does pass out more water and more oil and bread, as well as small bowls of salt to dip your oily bread in.
Greetings, gracious Master Albino. Thank you. It's been a parching journey.
You again.
Yes, me, Professor Henry Sinclair Chalmers III, at your service as always. Charmed, I'm sure.
He just sticks a oversized loaf of bread into your hands and walks away. I don't remember if you were on good terms with him. I'm just guessing
Probably
it probably wasn't.
Probably safe to assume it probably
Yeah.
wasn't the greatest.
The albino is willing to, at least until the danger is done, look after your friends, meaning you've got a safe place to leave your fellows. I imagine this group is going to go and cause trouble while this group stays behind.
Yeah, plus the door.
Are you taking the Lotus with you, Fereosae?
What's the state of the Lotus? It
seems to be. There's definitely some sort of transformation happening within the pod that the Lotus has formed around Pixel. She does talk to you when you touch the Lotus.
I think I'd like to take her along if we can manage it.
Yep.
I'd like to sort of keep tabs on this transformation.
Okay.
And also, as my familiar, I need her so that I can learn and use witch spells.
Oh, that's right, witch. Yes. Okay, good. So she'll come along.
So yeah, we'll do that.
All right, so you rest for the remainder of the day because you're kind of low on spells. You could use this time to try to learn Mage's Private Sanctum, and the professor finishes learning Animate Dead.
Yeah, I think we'll do that.
DC is, I believe, is it 10 plus spell level or 15 to learn? Give me a second.
I'll tell you in a moment. No, I can't spell.
It's DC 15 plus spell level. It's a spellcraft check. So this would be DC 20. I think you guys automatically make those, but I could be wrong.
I have a plus 23 spellcraft.
All right.
42 with the roll.
So yeah, it takes you the rest of the day, and you can pen that spell into your spell book. It does take up 250 gold pieces worth of ink.
Yeah, we can just subtract that from the wizard's slush fund. So 500 gold pieces, and we both have it.
And it was
Professor?
What level was the animate dead? 4 or 5 for wizards, I forget.
4.
4? So that's 160 gold pieces of ink.
Can I spend some time reading tonight?
Did you also want the Mage's Private Sanctum loot?
If you could copy a scroll and send it my way, I'll get around to learning it at some point.
Yeah, Thurgus, you could get. There's probably at this point 6 hours left in the day plus 4 hours in the evening. You could probably get 10 hours of reading done. Are you reading one of the manuals or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start reading the dexterity one. But the professor told me that I need to start my pursuit of knowledge. So I picked a random book from the backpack and just kind of opened it up. Oh, this book's about running around and stuff.
What's weird about this book is that Thurgus every 10 minutes gets up and does jumping jacks and a bunch of calisthenic motions, and it's not a wizardly tome. It's not a quiet read. Okay, you spend a safe day in the middle of winter inside the Valley of the Titans. People are beginning to settle in a little bit, at least those that are going to stay here in hiding, basically. Respectfully, Van Carlo and Neolandis and Ludo do go and visit Ezri. They do find out what has happened. Salvatore kind of follows them. He seems to latch on to Ezri really closely, and he's whispering to her. We're going to say Fereosae is the one that picks up on this. You went too close, didn't you? You went too close. Only the mask can wake you up now. The 1,000 masks painted. To wake him up a long time ago. None of them worked, but maybe one will wake you up. He's kind of petting her head. Maybe one will wake you up.
I'm not going to interrupt because he's speaking semi-coherently. I am taking notes.
You tried to get to the light, but your tangle got cut by the blue light. Yes, the blue light is closer or further. I'm not sure. She tried to follow the stars of our dreams, he says to finally Fereosae.
Yes, she did. She saw some lights, in fact, and went towards them, but there was a dark light near the bright lights.
Yes.
Do you think this dark light is what has severed her connection?
The blue is hungry. It has devoured all of its little lights. It hungers for more.
Well, we'll try to find a way to wear the right masks
Yes.
to stay safe and bring her back.
Yeah.
Friend of yours?
Who?
Ezri?
I've never met her before.
Yet you can see her path when you're near her, can't you?
She is empty. She is empty.
Yes. Yes.
She's free.
I wonder if she has any change in her pockets. Probably not. Free, but how free?
Yes.
Freedom seems dangerous here.
Yes. Free, you could wander far away from danger, or wander into it and get trapped like a firefly in a jar.
I wonder, could she come back to a body that's not this one? A body that's somewhere else, somewhere safe?
I don't know. I don't know. Am I in my right body? And this seems to trigger an episode, and he has to be taken away.
Yeah,
and
well,
down.
that makes sense.
Yep. You gave him
to think about that in my own time.
You gave him something horrifying to think about. All right, so you spend a day there. Thurgus does his noisy calisthenics. You guys learn a couple of spells. What is your next move? You've solved the problem of where you're going to stick your allies for a temporary point in time.
Have we rested? Or is this the next morning?
Yeah, this is the next morning.
So the next morning, Thurgus has, because he's going through all these bags and stuff and cataloging things, he's found a scroll that he finds kind of interesting, and he's going to try and cast Heal on Christopher when Christopher manifests this morning.
Okay, so he manifests. He wakes you up like the most horrible rooster alarm, the mad ramblings of your familiar, who is permanently insane. Where is he? I don't even know if we carried him onto this map.
That's a good question. He might not even be here. Oh, sit still, you little bastard! I'm gonna try and help you.
The DC of the caster level check is 1 plus the caster level of the scroll.
Okay. So first thing, I have to make a caster level check to activate a heal scroll because I can't cast 6th level spells.
Yeah, that's what but it's on your list, so it is based off of the caster level. That's
okay. So it's just 1d20 plus my caster level, right?
Yeah, and the DC is 12, I think.
Okay. So I got 29.
Nice. Is your caster level 11?
Yeah, because I have full Inquisitor levels.
Oh, okay. Then you automatically make this. So, yeah, you cast Heal, and I believe Heal gets rid of permanent insanity.
Yeah, it just removes insanity. I mean, it does all kinds of cool stuff, but it is one of the counters to insanity.
Christopher, he inverts, looks around, inverts again, looks around.
Hey, guess what, you crazy little bastard? We went to a place without any fucking water.
What?
This place is dry as a bone.
He looks horrified.
Joke's on you, and I poke him. You feeling all right?
We gotta get out of here.
Nope, we just got here.
We gotta get out of here.
Nope, we're staying for a while. We gotta find some crazy hat. We'll fill you in on the details later. Pretty much, this queen's got a thing. We got to figure out some stuff about it. It's fine. Oh, and I'm big now. It's pretty great.
Yeah, you got really big. I missed a few things.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
We really got to get out of here, though. Just saying.
Yeah, but no, we're gonna stay for a while.
You know, water's really good at finding ways out, especially if it's down.
That's true, but there's fucking none of it here, so we're fucked.
I'm gonna need some lotion.
Well, now that you're not crazy and I don't have to kill you every morning, I'll buy you dinner. And nudge him.
Okay.
I think there's some water though. Isn't there some water in the Hag's cave?
Yeah, there is water here. It's definitely much more. The air is much drier than in other places. This Cinderlands place doesn't sound very wet.
Cindery. You can really taste the
which the professor knows that is deep desert Bostera land.
I have another question.
Yep.
So for the where was it? We had this equipment from where's it? The guy who had like the silver rapier and all the fancy stuff.
Oh, the blackjack skier?
Yeah, the blackjack skier. Is there anybody in this in this group of allies that would recognize that equipment?
There would be people in this group that would recognize it.
So this morning when Thurgus gets up, he's gonna put on the blackjack's cloak of the elven kind.
Okay.
And just kind of pull it around and stuff. Oh, found this in one of our bags. It's pretty nice. Just pulls it around him in case it's relevant.
Yeah. Who would he go to? He talks to Ludo, and then he manages to go over to the professor, who doesn't look very busy. Nice cloak.
What's that? What cloak am I wearing?
No. He kind of head nods towards Thurgus when Thurgus isn't really watching.
Oh, what does the cloak look like?
It's a black cape.
Oh, I've always felt black to be a bit overplayed. Gray is the new black from what I've heard. Why are you thinking of changing careers to fashion, then, Kallow?
Give me a bluff check, Professor.
While he's doing this, Thurgus is like looking at it, and he's like crouching down and pretending to be sneaky and stuff. Like, oh, that's pretty great.
One on the die.
He grows annoyed, gets some coffee, and then goes and approaches Fereosae. Might understand you found a few things.
We found a lot of things. What are you looking for?
I recognize that cloak. If you have the cloak, you have some of my other things.
Yes, we do. Are you looking to suit up again, my friend?
Remind me what was in the locker? The blackjack's locker?
Unfortunately, I just sorted all of it.
A sword and 3 coppers, I think, was it.
It's a mithril rapier.
Yep.
It's his armor.
It's a +3 mithril rapier. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, that one, and that one nobody wants.
The +2 dark leaf studded leather armor. It's a +4 belt of dexterity that I'm wearing.
Yep.
And it's a cloak of the elven kind and boots of the elven kind. And then there's like 12 masterwork daggers with a bee insignia on them.
Right.
A set of masterwork thieves tools.
His calling card.
And I think that was it. But like, I'm definitely wearing this dude's stuff right now.
For Bloodbear, B.
I was hoping either Ludo or Ezri would take up the mantle.
Yes, Ludo almost took up the mantle, but...
Guys, I found all these daggers in a box.
Diplomatically.
And he tries to like juggle. It's got to be for the Bloodbear, you see?
He'll remember. Ludo will remember at some point. And Ezri, yes, Ezri, very much conked out, so not much we can do there.
To see if there's any references to juggling.
It's possible that Thurgus is the next most subtle of our group.
In the Dex book, yeah, there's a whole chapter about juggling.
Oh, there's a page on juggling. And he just like keeps dropping, like trying again. And...
All right, then Carlos.
I think you should just pick up the things that you want.
I wouldn't mind my armor back. if you have need of the other items, you could return them to me when the queen is dead.
Let's take the chest out here, and you can have the chest
It's
with
empty.
the stuff.
It's empty. He looks in it, shakes his head.
The armor. I think we have the armor. We've got the shoes. We've got the rapier for sure. We've got some extra rings as well. If you'd like to equip yourself.
He takes back his armor. He asks that you return the other things when the queen is done. When the queen is dead. As for those symbols, those will...
He can literally have it all back if he wants it now.
Those symbols. Those will get attention. A great amount of tension if used or left behind.
Well, I just stare him straight dead in the eyes, pick up one of them, and put it into one of my pouches.
Fine.
Just in case.
You're the most unlikely group of heroes I've ever seen. He says it with kind of a
Who said we're heroes?
You heard it, Zephyr. We're heroes.
We get paid like heroes, so there's that.
Ven Carlo, I was just fucking with you, mate. I could hear you the whole time. Do you want your stuff back? Seriously.
If you're the jerks that are going to stand against the queen, you can use my things if needed.
I mean, it looks good on me. I wouldn't say I need it.
I imagine any magical cloak would look good on a hero.
Oh, that's right. Thanks, mate.
Heroes? That's twice.
I mean, we are just trying to get along, and we are just trying to, get rid of more evil people.
Well, yes.
If that makes us heroes, then maybe we are.
By comparison, we're effectively angels. So
Yes. It's just a very heavy word to carry on our shoulders. I do not make fun of it lightly.
Carlo does have weapons. It's just the stuff that he uses when he's out running around being the blackjack is stuck in that box.
Yeah, I'll give him the rapier, the daggers, the armor, and the boots, and then we'll just hang on to the other two pieces for now.
Okay. He appreciates that stuff put back, although one of the daggers was nicked. You want to just keep track of that stuff in a different pile?
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Yeah.
Going forward, we still anticipate needing a lot of teleports, right?
I will be traveling to places that we have not been.
Yes.
right.
But once we've been there, we may need to go back.
Oh.
We may need to come back here.
Yeah?
It probably behooves us each to keep two.
We gotta come back here to uncubify Ezri.
Yes.
Yes, but first we must locate this tribe. I've been told they're nomads or difficult to locate. What was it?
The tribe of the moon is nomadic. Thousand Bones is part of the tribe of Bones.
Yes.
We know where he is. It is a village on the edge of the Cinderlands. It is called the Kallow Mounds.
Shall we venture forth and find him?
It is about, 10-day trek back to Bostera, and then the Kallow Mounds have got to be at least 6 days and further towards the Cinderlands.
I think we're going to need some carriages.
Or we could teleport near Bostera and cut our journey in half.
Yes.
That sounds wise.
That sounds wise to me as well.
Carriage not good for desert. We need rothe.
Yes, true.
Big meat. When it die, we feast.
Well, I think I can conjure up phantom steeds that the bunch of you can ride.
Can we eat phantom steed?
No, you can't eat phantom
afraid not.
steeds. Are you hungry? Is there something you need to eat?
I have food.
Why do you want to eat phantom steeds?
Not now, later, when we are hungry in desert.
When we are hungry in desert, we eat our travel provisions. Why would we want to eat our horses?
Meat?
They're fresher.
Okay.
Tech chirps in agreement.
Yes, my queen. The freshest food for my queen. The best meat, the sweetest meats.
Sweetest thing, YouTube.
Tech probably sings as good as Bono. I don't know.
I mean, this is Fantasyland, sure. Okay, so plan A is teleport to Bostera. Cut our travel time in half.
Or the vicinity, yes.
Is there anything else we can do to get there quicker?
Well, once there, we could then travel via carriage or phantom steeds or whatnot.
Yes. Professor, does that work for you? Conjuring up a carriage for us there?
Oh, certainly. We can have carriages for days if we need them.
How do we make our carriages appear differently? Can we
Oh,
give them a different appearance?
Of course, every day a different carriage if you like.
Okay. Well, I've got the teleports to get us to Bostera. Or close enough.
Yes, shall we then adjourn to Bostera, then make our trek across the desert?
Yes. Who will be going with us? It'll be...
It's this group right here.
Yeah. We'll need 2 teleports to get there, I think. So 2 groups to go. A group
I
to
can
go with
certainly
me,
provide
and
one.
maybe a group to go with Fereosae.
Before we teleport, perhaps a telepathic bond. Let's just check. Is there a distance? Yes. Over any distance. Yes, perfect. Well, here we go. Telepathic bond. I will cast telepathic bond in case we get separated.
Okay. Nice. All right. Give me a couple percentiles. One from Fereosae, one from Zephyrus, as you guys are going to teleport into the vicinity of Bostera.
Did we agree on where we're going to meet up? We probably want to agree on some place in Bostera so that we can attempt to go to the same place. So let's presume there's something.
You guys have left Bostera several times. There is a about a mile outside of town. There is a like a trough hitching post / message post. That is a good thing. You could also try to teleport to the clearing where you encountered the bone house. There are lots of locations within Bostera town. I don't know if Bukerbeck's suggesting not going into the town itself. As you are all wanted. Okay. So the message post or the clearing with the bone house.
I think the message post.
This sounds good to me too.
Okay.
Okay. Percentiles. You've seen the message post more than once, so it's casual, which is 88.
And I go somewhere else. La-la!
And I go 1/10 of somewhere else, which is the right place.
Okay, we'll play this in a moment.
Let's see what we
Okay,
got.
so Fereosae arrives with 3 of her companions at the message post, and there's a bunch of posters, wanted posters for work, and there's some like correspondence, as well as some more official-looking wanted posters that are nailed to a very large upright standing wooden post. And you do see immediately some rough sketches and descriptions of the Jerks Emeritus on official-looking paper. There are wanted posters.
Yeah, it looks like me at all.
For Fereosae, for the Professor, for Thurgus, and for Zephyros.
I will snatch it down.
Currently, each of you is commanding a 5,000 Zoller reward, dead or alive, and Thurgus is at 20,000 gold pieces, dead or alive.
He's not worth more alive?
What's that?
Thurgus?
Thurgus.
Thurgus isn't worth more alive?
No, he's not worth more alive, but
He's more trouble alive than he's worth.
yeah, apparently,
Okay.
The attack on the alchemist tower has already traversed this far. The printing looks fresh, and the weather has not even marred the paper yet. Somebody has probably ridden out here within a day to put up wanted posters.
I'll take mine down.
All right. Zephyros, Makronom, and Bukerbeck were teleporting, and they have a teleport mishap. So something gets scrambled with the teleport. Everyone in the teleport takes 10 damage, and you need to make a reroll of 1d20 plus 80.
Is it funny that we get 88?
I don't think that's great.
88 is actually seen casually just on the cusp, and you arrive like a little bit too late, and you're worried that there might be some missing bits. Zephyros, Bukerbeck, and Makronom all arrive, and they kind of collapse when they arrive at the post, and they all have 5 damage. For some reason, they're steaming a little bit. Like there's a little bit of steam coming off of them.
As we come out, Zephyros is saying that guy left the door open and it smells bad.
Ooh.
He's trying to just play this off as, nothing to see here.
That was not a very comfortable ride, Zephyros.
I am sorry, Bukerbeck. Something went wrong. The magic is not perfect always.
I think some of my schmeeples are ruptured.
Well, we're all here now. Shall we load up in carriages and begin our journey? It seems that we're expected guests in town of the unsavory sort.
Yeah, you do see, like, there is some activity in the area. There's a little bit of dust that, like, somebody has traveled by this area before you arrived, and then you notice off in a field there might be maybe 3 or 4 shepherds leading a flock of, like, desert goats.
What do you think, Professor? Shall we get in a carriage and travel at least along the roadways?
Yes, for a time at least. Perhaps in the night, or we can reposition, change our method of transportation.
Something.
How far from Bostera are we?
You're in Bostera. From Bostera town,
From Bostera town.
You're a mile outside of town. You can actually see, like some buildings in the distance, and you can see the Fant Enclave cut into the side of the mountain from where you're standing.
And how big is the town? Is it a big town or a small town? I can't remember.
Bostera.
It's like a frontier town, kind of.
Yeah, a few thousand people probably.
No. I think we should go around. I don't think because Zafira sees the names on the boat.
Yeah, the way that you're going leads you away from the town.
Okay. Yeah, we should not be seen here. We should.
Agreed. We're somewhat conspicuous out in the open at the moment. Let's get ourselves into cover.
Marty, I just pinged you a token. I will conjure carriage and then spell recall it and conjure it again.
All right. So this is a settler wagon.
Yeah, Desert Wheels is the token's official name.
There we go. All right, so you're conjuring one of those?
2.
I think you need to pilot them, so you may only want to conjure one at a time. I guess you could conjure 2.
I mean, I'll probably have just like one follow the other one.
Sure.
At a bit of a distance, and if I don't pay close enough attention to them, they will probably crash into each other. At some point, that...
All right,
or
so
we will
just
be
ride
prepared.
off into the sunset, you know.
So some phantom-looking wagons, or horses, are drawing these like settler wagons. You want to load yourselves up into a couple wagons. Bukerbeck will sit in the seat at the front of the wagon, pretending to actually pilot it.
Whoa, Bukerbeck wants to ride on my wagon? He must really be like starting to take a shine to me here.
He wants to ride in front.
Which map are we on?
We're just on the prickly scrub.
Oh, I put the
Okay.
wrong one.
Thanks.
Oh, yes, there we go.
I'll look back and see, nobody pretending to drive the other one, and I will silently cast a minor image of a like old-timey carriage driver, like, yeah, I'm going to get the gold kind of fellow. He
Okay.
can't speak words, and the crawling claw will concentrate on making him appear to drive the carriage behind us.
Nice. All right, Zephyros, which one are you getting in?
I'll get into the back one so that we're not all in the same carriage.
Okay.
That makes sense. That way we've got a teleporter in each carriage too.
Yeah.
With you're probably out of teleports at the moment, but that's fine because I've got one.
No, I'm good. I
Professor Shirley
still have 2 left.
Oh, cool.
My
Yeah.
teleport mishap caused a re-roll in any case, which I made.
Oh, nice. That makes sense. Cool.
And I still got the once per day that I can use to get a 3rd teleport if we were to need it.
Nice.
All right, so you begin to travel away from Bostera. You know it's about a 6-day walk. How fast do your phantom carriages move?
Not fast. Sorry, I'm making another token here for the conjure carriage. It should just be like whatever normal carriage speed is. It's not anything fast. 2 quasi-real light horses, which are harnessed to a carriage.
Okay. I think a horse with nothing stopping it is movement rate 50. With riders or pulling a thing, it's 40. Okay. So yeah, you guys will make good time. You'll probably be there in 4 or 5 days instead of 6, assuming that these tracks that you're on continue to be as flat and as wheel friendly. Let's see. That night, describe how you make camp. So you ride for a full day. You guys are getting kind of tired.
Zephyros will use a secure shelter